The Pan Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, has taken a stance against the emergence of the Northern president in the 2023 general elections. The National Publicity Secretary of the Forum, Ken Robinson, made this known in Abuja at a consultation with the presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party, Prince Adewole Adebayo. Robinson says other regions of the country have been marginalized, especially under the current administration, hence her position on a Northern president.
If the two major political parties produce Northern candidates, it will be a declaration of war on Southern Nigeria. We are in a situation where an administration has operated in a system as if others don't exist. There are 17 major paramilitary, military intelligence agencies in the country. At the last count, 14 of them are headed by persons from a certain part of the country, 3 from Southern Nigeria. 17. There are 6 zones, so even if you say 2 to each of the zones, you will have 18 or 12. 2 will be 6, and then you have 4 or 5 left that you could distribute as you want to. But we have 14 in one particular zone and 3 in Southern Nigeria. The NNPC Limited, as it is called, has 11 key management and board members. The South-South has 1 person, and about 80% of our resources come from the South-South. The South-East has 2, the South-West has 1. That's 4 to 7. And in that kind of discriminative administration of 8 years, and it's been so, every Southern office that is vacated is replaced with someone from the North. NPA, NIMASA, Stock Exchange. We can begin to count them. And then somebody in that kind of scenario wants to retain power again in the North. We're saying it's unfair. We're saying it is not proper and it's not welcomed. We are taking our campaigns when the campaign starts to Southern Nigeria, to our friends in the Middle Belt, to the minorities in Northern Nigeria, to those Nigerians of goodwill and clear conscience in Northern Nigeria, to the Fulanis who understand that we need to work together to exist as a country, to prosper, to become greater than what we are and become all that Nigeria could be. We will speak to good Nigerians across Nigeria, in Northern Nigeria and Southern Nigeria, why the next president of Nigeria should come from Southern Nigeria.
The unity of Nigeria is number 1. The entire purpose of my public life to have a united Nigeria. There is no room for casting a doubt or a question mark or any but-if condition on the continuity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is our heritage, and we will make it a prosperous one, no matter the problems that we face in this country, no matter the difficulties. We will keep Nigeria, we will make sure that Nigeria prosper, and not a single square inch of Nigeria territory will be negotiated away. That's number 1. Number 2, there is no problem that has been experienced by Nigerians, and we cannot deny that the Niger Delta in particular has been the move that has been carrying most of the weight for Nigeria over the years, and has been a source of stupendous wealth, most of which unfortunately has not been used on most Nigerians, and that there is no problem that we face in that sector that we cannot cure with truth, with justice, so that we can have peace. And thirdly, that my attitude to Niger Delta is not just as a place that produces oil. I view Niger Delta people as Nigerians. Let's leave the oil first. Without the oil, the Niger Delta is a valuable component of Nigeria. Before 1956, when we discovered oil in large quantities at Olobiri, Nigeria could not have survived even without Niger Delta. That's where all our estuaries drain into the sea. That's why we have the best mango swamp in the world. That's why it has produced all the heroes. A lot of the heroes, Jaja Popobo and now Lomu, and so many great heroes of our history. That's why our first commercial dealers, dealing with the Portuguese, dealing with the British, with the Dutch, this is where we have some of the greatest poets in the world. So this is the land of J. Pepe Clark. So this is the land that produced Olawotimi and many other people like that. So it's not just a place that produces oil. It is a component part of Nigeria. And we are dealing with Niger Delta in our government as human beings who happen to be on top of some oil. So we emphasize the human component of it. Fourth thing is that by the time you set up a good government based on justice, these divisions that we are mentioning now will cease to be relevant. Who becomes president will cease to be relevant. Because when a just man is in authority, people will not worry about the geography of his birth. That's why it's written in some book, when the righteous are on the throne, people rejoice. It is not written anywhere that when the northerner is on the throne, people rejoice. When the southerner is on the throne, people rejoice. When Yoruba is on the throne, people rejoice. When Niger Delta is on the throne, people rejoice. No, you need a righteous man. And there are righteous people in every component of Nigeria. But we must know that justice is both feasible and infeasible. And the feasible component of justice is that every Nigerian should look at any place in Nigeria and say it's attainable to them. For this reason, I share the sympathy with the leaders of Niger Delta and the southern leaders of the Middle Belt Forum that the concept of people having the feeling that you can rotate power, not only from region to region, but from religion to religion. I also believe from gender to gender, from generation to generation, should be something that is common. And I believe that a power that rotates is better than the one that does not rotate. But the rotation from one unjust man from the north to another unjust man from the south, or an unjust man from the east, or an unjust man from the west, that's the rotation of suffering. And that is not the rotation that I believe in. And I believe that if we keep having this conversation, we will not look at ourselves from where we come from. We will look at ourselves from where we are going.